All right, audio's working. Hello, good evening, everyone, and welcome back to a brand new episode and season of Apple Talk. We're on episode 11 now, but we've started a new season, and we've also redesigned stuff, so that's cool. We're coming live, I guess. This is about 10:08, so it's a bit later than we wanted to start, and unfortunately, Henry won't be joining us tonight because typical him, he never joins us for anything. But that's all right, because I think there were like one or two topics you wouldn't have been able to participate in anyway. But you'll see why in a bit. But yeah, that's all we really have to say. So how's everyone doing tonight? Or afternoon.
Yeah, yeah. I'm like the
Epic.
odd one out here because like everybody else is in like Europe and it's just like still like 3:08 for me.
It is 10:08 here, which is very epic.
Fancy.
It's 21:08 here.
Mm-hmm.
So 9:08. I believe it is. I don't know though. I'm not as familiar with like. You're an hour ahead of Charlie though, so.
I am the best.
Yeah.
Sorry, I just gotta
My
do something.
Minecraft dog died. That's unfortunate, Enzo. Alright, well, after Charlie stops messing around with the audio levels, I guess we'll go ahead and get into the first topic. Which shit, what is it? I don't even remember.
Yeah, we got a few topics tonight. We have like, what, 5? So it might be a bit of a... It's gonna be like a standard sized episode, and I don't know if we'll have too much... And I don't know if we'll talk about some of the episodes for too long, but otherwise it'll be pretty good. What?
And replugged.
Dell.
Okay, well, he's at least undeafened now. Now unmute.
The Dell. I don't know what one.
There we go. That's a killer camera angle right there. Laptop webcam master race. This is the most eventful episode of Apple Talk, and oh well, Charlie just died. Charlie, you good over there? You need some help? Okay, well, we'll just... Damn it. Stupid desk.
I think he's dead.
I just heard coughing and then he remuted. Can you not go into, like, the bathroom or whatever again? And he's in the bathroom. Are you streaming from Are you streaming from the are you streaming from the countertop or the toilet seat? Darn it. So the laptop. All right, sweet. Okay. Well, now that.
All right, that's better. All right, so yeah, we're gonna be streaming this from the bathroom today because my house is full of other people that won't stop talking. And yeah, let's see how long my battery lasts. So
Sorry about that.
I can't wait till like somebody needs to like come to the bathroom after like drinking like 1,500 like beers or whatever shit.
Well,
and,
thank God there's like another.
You're just sitting there on the countertop streaming from the bathroom.
It's not really in order. There we go. Perfect. I'll sit on the floor for this. This is unfortunate. All right, should we get to the first topic then?
Yes, now that Charlie is in a giant
get on with
marble echo chamber.
Yeah. So our first topic is kind of a topic that just Logan and I are going to do. Maybe Luke can participate, but it's basically just our preparations and stuff for the Motorola / PowerPC challenge.
Oh wait,
And this is basically, yeah, we're doing this one first. And this is basically, so there's another podcast called MacYak, and they have a similar show to us. Go check them out; they're pretty cool. And they have a website and everything. And and every year they do this thing called the PowerPC Challenge, where they challenge you to use old PowerPC machines for a week to do all your stuff, unless you have like, unless you have like work or stuff to do. Then you can use like a modern system, but it's basically just encouraging you to use it for as many tasks as possible, and see how you do. And you like log it, and you let everyone know. And this year they're also introducing 68K machines, which will make it even worse. But yeah, so that's.
Also, by the way, like I think you need to change your mic settings because like it sounds worse than Luke's.
I'm sorry about that. I have nothing. I can't do anything about that.
Oh, is that the
Oh,
AirPods?
you're talking about me or Luke?
You.
Awesome.
Your settings.
Apple headphones don't have good microphones.
Nope. I mean, only $300. I mean, it's not too much money for headphones. They can't really put too good of a microphone in there. They only make like $200 profit off of them.
Yeah.
Anyway, though, as far as like the PowerPC challenge goes, let's actually like start this off. Basically, the whole purpose of it is sort of to like see exactly like as Charlie said, like what you can and can't do with like these old Macs, and sort of show that there are still some things that you can't do with them. But anyway, sort of what I'm going to be using for this is probably a little bit close to borderline cheating, but I have my good old PowerBook G4. This is oh shoot, if I don't break it, this is one of the last PowerPC Macs they ever manufactured. This has a 1.5 gigahertz processor on it, and so far I've gotten a few things up and running on it. It works pretty good. There are a few things that are still difficult. Like I've had trouble installing Minecraft, probably because I forgot the password on this damn thing, so that's kind of impossible. But
reinstall the OS.
I don't want to do that because I have like a ton of like stuff on here from like when I was
Then get an external drive, put it on. Even a thumb drive will work, because like any thumb drive you buy for under like $5 at CVS is like twice the size of the hard drive capacity. Mm-hmm. So just put all the stuff on that.
I actually did do that.
Yes.
I actually tried that.
What are you doing, man?
Okay,
Erase it already.
Let me explain. Basically, I have this 2 terabyte external hard drive that I use for like backing up PCs and stuff like that. And so I created like a 20 gigabyte partition on this thing, and I tried to install Leopard onto it, and Leopard should run on these machines. It does, but for some reason my install disks don't work. So now I feel like I gotta figure out how to copy.
That's even more convenient, isn't it?
Oh yeah, it's very convenient. So yeah, I've got a little bit of an issue there, but I hope that I can get Minecraft and a few other things that running on that later operating system eventually once I can get it installed. But yeah, anyway, my other option, because there are 2 machines I'm probably going to try to use for this, and that is, it's on the floor right now, so I can't get it, but it's a 400 megahertz Power PC, or shit, 400 megahertz Power Mac G3, blue and white machine that I've had for quite some time, and I think it will also work for some things like gaming and stuff that require like OS 9 and everything. So it's sort of going to be like my OS 9 machine, and then this will be like for OS 10 stuff. But overall, I think I can somehow get it to work between these two computers. So I'll go ahead and move on to Charlie and see what he's gonna do.
Well, I don't have it here with me because I'm not home and I'm also in a bathroom. But I think some of the machines that I'm gonna try using two of my iMac G3s, the Snow and the Grape, 400 and 500 megahertz, which isn't very fast for PowerPC. But I also have a 400 megahertz G4, which is somewhat better, maybe. I don't know. But that's a PowerMac G4. I think the fastest PowerPC I have is a 1 point something gigahertz Power iBook G4. I might buy something if I can find something in time, but it's like what? It's January 7th when it starts, and that's in like something days. So yeah. Otherwise, that's about all I'm gonna enter. I thought about entering the Newton to replace my cell phone, but unfortunately the Newton killed itself, so I can't use that either, which is nice.
No, I'm a little bit disappointed by this, but I was also planning on trying out this guy right here. This is this machine does run Leopard, and it should be able to run all the programs that I need. But the only issue is this is an Intel machine. It's not a PowerPC. It's a very early MacBook Pro, so unfortunately this does not qualify. Yeah, it's cheating. But I mean,
eventually Intel Max will be supported because ARM's coming in for the kill.
Yeah.
So that's nice.
But I guess the way I look at it too is that these two machines, this one probably came out around like the exact same time, and it probably isn't too much slower, too much more powerful than this thing, and it probably can't run much better software than this thing. So
you can argue with them, or you could just lie that it's a PowerBook. I mean, hey, who cares?
It's my 15-inch PowerBook.
I mean, at the end of the day, there aren't really any rules, like do it or not.
Yeah.
It's a PowerBook G5. Damn, it's an ultra.
Yeah, it's a PowerBook.
It is a PowerBook G5, isn't it? Yeah, call it the PowerBook G5 and everyone will believe you.
I mean, considering the fact that half the people don't even know like what G4 and G5 is and think that like there was a PowerBook G5. I mean, I might be able to get away with it except for like from like all the like the experienced Mac people, but I don't know. I think I want to actually legitimately try this older machine and see just what's possible, because that's sort of the purpose of this. Like, there's no reason to really cheat, because like if this machine can't run something, that just proves that these aren't really able to do that. But I think that I'll hopefully be able to get that thing able to do all the things I need it to by like January 7th. So yeah,
Duke said it right. The iPod server. There was a G6 in 2012, right?
Oh my god.
Those kids, because those kids are really stupid because they think, G6 doesn't mean anything. It just means the model, not like, I don't know, maybe the processor.
Oh god.
Maybe that makes sense, doesn't it?
Yeah.
I mean, no one on the iPod server makes sense. They're all idiots.
The reason
I have
an article on the PowerBook G6.
Yeah.
And it's the MacBook Pro.
I have an Intel Mac Mini G6.
Awesome.
Wow. I'm gonna use
I have
a
an
601
iMac
G3.
G5 Intel.
Yeah.
I challenge Charlie to do the challenge from the PowerBook.
Another machine though I'd love to try, but it's just not gonna work because I don't know why else. I would love to try to like use something like a 68K machine, because after all I do enjoy the 68K machines like way more, and this is like the only one I really have that would possibly work, but this doesn't have an Ethernet card or anything like that, so
you can still technically use it, but not on the internet. And even if you were using it on the internet, very limited, so it doesn't really matter, I guess.
Yeah. See, here's the thing. Like, I would love to like get to try out one of these 68K Macs, but the problem is like there's a certain like threshold between like how much time I want to actually spend messing around with it and how much time I want to actually be able to spend like using it and having it be efficient and everything. And at the point when you get down to like a 68020 like this with like no Ethernet card and stuff, it's just not worth the time to really like set up and everything, because I'd probably end up just quitting like on the first day anyway and going back to like one of these G4s or like a modern computer or something. So
Yeah.
I don't know. Now on the other hand, if I had like a 68040 machine, like a Quadra or like a
I think
maybe even like
I forgot if the portable was a 60. I don't have my phone, so I can't check, but I know it was. I think it was a 68030 actually.
Yeah. The
I
portable's
believe I have a 68040. No, wasn't that the Mac 2? I don't even remember now.
No. The Mac 2 is a 68020, except instead of
Oh right.
basically yeah, because the Mac 2 and then the LC were the only ones with 68020s, but the LC had a 16-bit data path instead of a 32-bit one, therefore making it slower.
Yeah, Apple purposely made their computers slower for some reason. I think it's just because they didn't want them to compete, which was stupid. I know that they did that with the 2GS because they didn't want to compete with the Mac, even though the 2GS was superior. That was a mess, but what are you gonna do about it?
I don't know. I think the way it ended up working out after all these years is probably better anyway.
Yeah.
So.
Oh well. I guess that kind of wraps it up. I know Luke's not going to participate because he doesn't have one. He has a PowerBook, but it's broken, and I don't think he has any PowerPC machines. I don't even know. But yeah. Well.
I do. I have an eMac and an iMac. The eMac's down the shed, and the iMac don't
Oh
work.
right, you have an eMac. The iMac doesn't work. Logan's returned with gifts.
I'll throw one more thing in real quick. I would also love to try out this the Tape Book 160.
But no Ethernet port, I guess.
Well, actually, it does have a modem. It has
Modem's
like,
useless.
But it's useless, yeah. So no Ethernet port. So this is not really going to be usable, but it's kind of sad because this is my only 60 to a 30 machine at the moment. The Compact Max are all 68,000, so why even bother with those? Oh, where are they? Right there. I could possibly get, I might be able to get like an SE30 or like a, something like that, but those are probably really expensive, and why even bother with that because they don't even have color displays. So yeah. The only thing that would get me to do like a 68,000 for the challenge is going to be either like a Quadra or like a Mac 2, like a later Mac 2, like a 2CI or something. Anyway, though, let's go ahead and move on to the next topic.
Yeah, let's go to the next topic. We don't really have too much to say about that one. The next topic is, this one's actually kind of interesting. Apple Car. Apple's been conspiring plans for a new electric car. And I thought that was an interesting topic, but I think it's kind of, I don't know, it's weird. I know I've just been reading about it, and I think it's kind of interesting because Apple's the last company I've ever expected to make a car, because they haven't really gone farther than anything than like $50,000 desktop computers, but a car.
Mitsubishi made cars. They made
Mitsubishi made everything. They made air conditioners, cars. I'm pretty sure they even made computers at one point, but they're kind of rare. Yeah. Yeah, but it's weird. I mean, it's supposed to be an electric car because obviously Apple's a tech company and it has to be electric. People are saying they have 5,000 people working on it, and it's been in development since 2018, and they patented a lot of stuff for their electric car, and it's rumored to be released around 2024 to 2028. I mean, honestly, even if it is total shit, I mean, they say it's gonna have really good battery life. But even if it is going to be shit or not, I'm just interested to see what they do. Because I've always wondered, what would an Apple car be like? It'd probably come in like space gray and silver. You'd have like a brushed aluminum finish or something. This is going to be weird.
It has no windows.
This is sort of the thing where, that's kind of scary because like, Apple has gone from, they started off making computers, right? Now they're making phones, they're making, all kinds now they're making freaking cars, and considering the fact that, like, I'm not sure if, I know,
but it's
like,
not just an electric car,
the whole...
it's a self-driving electric car. Because
Oh,
one
yeah,
of
right.
the
Because
huge
people-
gimmicks it's gonna have is self-driving. Because everyone's like, ooh, self-driving. It can go forward by itself. It stays in the lines on the highway. I mean, we have a car that
Yeah.
somewhat does that and doesn't work too well. It works for like 10 seconds and then it makes you put your hands back on the wheel. So I guess if you doze off for a bit, then it'll, take care of it.
Well, here's the thing that concerns me about the fact that it's a self-driving car. We're having a self-driving car being made by a company that previously has been known to depict you driving off an pass in the iOS 6 Apple Maps icon. So trusting them to drive your car for you.
I mean, at least
it's
it's not made by Samsung, because otherwise it'd explode. So, I mean, there's that.
No, but wait, the batteries
Yeah, I don't know,
can be
though.
made by Samsung.
My
They could have
my
Samsung
opinion on
batteries.
yeah. My
Duke is
opinion on
asking
this
for
whole,
price
Samsung screens.
Who knows? I don't actually know any price predictions, unfortunately. I assume maybe in the $70,000 to $150,000 range, because it's Apple and they're going to charge some sort of premium that'll make it overpriced.
Yeah. I don't know though, considering the fact that Apple's Mac OS is recently exposed for having some thing where they would just track the location you open up apps and the apps you open up and there's no way to disable it. I don't want to trust them with where I drive and having a car being at my house with I don't know, it's just
I think the
much.
car is going to be a bit like the Google car that they made. You know that one, the weird sort of Google car that looks like a panda. I feel like it's gonna be something like that. It's gonna be like this white blob. It doesn't really look like a car. It just looks like something else, and it's gonna be super expensive. And it's not gonna be really functionally great. It's just gonna be a car and do it. A bit like their computers. They don't work too well as a computer, but they work, I guess, in a way. It's odd. Oh,
yeah.
my ass hurts. This is not optimal, I'd have to say. Why is it on this? Oh, it's all wet shit. Well. But, yeah, I mean, there you go, Apple Car. Interestingly enough, by the time Apple Car gets released, I'm gonna be out of school, which is 2024 or so, and most likely driving. Would I buy it? Likely not, because I don't have that. I don't really want to spend that much money on a car, and I have multiple reasons why I'm not a huge fan of electric cars. And yeah, that's all I really have to say about Apple Car. I thought if Henry was here, he'd have some good insight. Most likely, I bet the only thing he'd say is, "Wow, that sounds like utter shit." It sounds like utter bollocks. Bollocks. Utter bollocks.
Yeah.
That sounds like a Henry thing to say. Utter bollocks.
I like how there are just pans casually dangling down next to Charlie.
Are there snow pans? Alright, so that's Apple Car. Not really too much else to say about that. Other than it's gonna be a car, it's gonna drive itself, and it's gonna be extra overpriced. If there are any other developments in Apple Car, we'll say so. Because Apple Car is kind of weird. But,
Apple Car is kind of shit. And
Oh,
it's
we don't
probably
know
gonna
yet.
cost more than any other car in the frickin' planet.
likely. It's gonna be like the Mac Pro of cars. It's gonna be kind of bad, kind of good.
Let's see, the Mac Pro costs as much as a car, and the
It's
Apple
gonna
Car
cost as much
costs
as
as
like
much
a
as a house.
Porsche fuck, I can't read.
How much would the Apple House cost?
Apple House.
As much as a
Whoa.
Apple House. It's an
One day
electric.
Apple's gonna rule the world. One day, because they're kind of unstoppable.
Smart everything. Smart toaster, smart washing machine,
Smart.
smart
I buy a smart
I keep
toaster.
thinking, okay, I think we need to stop making smart objects and start making smart people.
That makes perfect
I
sense.
mean-
It makes perfect sense.
I mean, am I wrong?
Also, apparently, every decade, there's this solar flare that comes from the sun that's supposed to wipe out technology. There's a 10% chance that it will wipe out all technology on Earth, and we'll have to start from scratch. And because we've based our entire lives off technology, what's going to happen if one day that happens and our technology is wiped out, what are we gonna do? I mean,
So how exactly would it wipe everything out? Like
I don't know.
electromagnetic,
It's
like
this,
radiation or
there's
something?
a solar flare that comes from the sun, like those giant like flare, and it basically wipes Earth, but only technology is affected. I don't know how it works. I know it is something. I don't even know what it has something to do with you. Maybe I'll look it up later and we can talk about it later. But yeah, it's just.
Move on.
But it's just something to think about, like technology, everything. But is it? But sometimes it reaches a point where it's a bit excessive. Fucking smart.
Yeah.
It cools your food. You don't need more. Apple
But,
versus Facebook.
like, here's the
Haven't
thing.
heard of it.
The way I look at it too is like, even if like it does happen to wipe out technology, I mean, we already know like how it works, and we already know how to like start back over and rebuild it, because we already like we did it once, right? We can do it again. Plus, we already have gotten to the point where we can do so much with it, as long as like we have either the same people who have like the intelligence to sort of reconstruct it, or
But
whatever.
how will we know?
Then
if
there's
we
the
do?
problem that there's the problem with these too. Like, how do we fix all this shit? Like,
2036. How are we going to
Yeah.
build brand new 68030 processors in 2036? You need a
well, see, that's
proper-
what I was just saying. That's the problem. Like, how do you?
That's
I don't know.
the problem.
It seems sort of like a myth. It doesn't really seem too likely that it would wipe out everything. Like, it might be only like one side of the planet or something like
I
that.
think it might just be like a normal electromagnetic pulse, because it shuts things down and drains batteries. As far as I know, it just kills. Or maybe the solar flare isn't devastating, maybe it just takes away power. It's like the deluminator, but it affects electricity. So say you have a fully charged battery, and in 1 minute, battery is flat. And also the power station's been shut down, so you can't just plug your phone in, because there's no electricity in the plugs. No electricity
Plus,
in
if
the
you're-
lamps, nothing. Phones
Plus,
will
if your
do
devices
that.
are turned off, then does it affect them then? Like, the thing is too is then like, how is electromagnetic radiation supposed to get through like metal objects and stuff like that? Like, if your computers are under like a metal roof or something, then like they
Exactly.
probably fine. Why is your
Yeah.
chin just like showing?
Because I had to
I'm
put the camera
waiting-
down so my microphone is audible.
I'm waiting for the day for when something happens with electric cars, like people stop trusting them, or they just become obsolete. And then once everyone's done, and once everyone has stopped making gas cars, the prices of gas cars just skyrocket, and everyone wants them again. And electric cars are just worthless, or they don't work or something. 'Cause that'd be funny.
Hmm.
It would.
Yeah.
Tesla,
But,
£1.
But anyway, I guess we're moving on to the next topic. Because we kind of trailed off from Apple Car. Oh, we're going to another Apple product called AirPods Max. That one was a big one. So yeah, over the so during our leave, our 4-week leave, Apple introduced AirPods Max, a brand new set of headphones, and they're like $500 in the U.S.,
It's
$900 in
freaking
Australia, and like $700.
They're so
in
stupid.
Canada.
They look like Beats. Beats.
They're more than computers. You could buy a new computer for less. It doesn't make any sense. I
Yep.
mean, Apple's price team is like, God, what are you doing? I have heard though that they're quite good. Like they have a lot of cool like tech features and noise cancellation and whatever. And that's supposed to be nice. I've never actually tried them or seen them in person. I mean, the build quality looks good, but they're so expensive. When I first saw them on the website, I'm like, oh, these are kind of cool. How much are they? And then when I saw the price, I'm like, oh yeah, right, because it's Apple. No, because I'm looking to buy a new pair of like Apple whatevers, and so far none of them have been super satisfying. So that's unfortunate. No.
Hi.
What are you doing? No one's talking. Is it that
I
boring?
don't know what's happening.
Is it that boring? I was just... Alright. I mean...
Yeah, I don't know. All I can say about Jesus, dude, what the? Oh, anyway, all I can say about AirPods Maxes is that they look like like, yeah.
They don't look terrible, but they aren't.
No,
I don't know.
like in the carrying case. Like in the carrying case, they look like.
Carrying
Yeah.
case is stupid.
Oh
It's
my
so
god,
dumb.
it looks
doesn't,
like.
it doesn't add
Yeah.
anything extra. It doesn't protect them. It doesn't make
And
it
the
more
way it looks,
convenient to
though.
carry them around. It looks like a bra.
I know. No,
Looks like a bra.
if any of you watch Computer Clan, you might.
Oh, God.
He posted like a
Yeah,
tweet a while ago.
someone photoshopped him.
Yeah,
with a bra.
it was great.
Photoshopped a
Oh, God.
shirtless picture of Ken with the AirPod Pro Max case bra. Wow. But I feel like it's a bit weird to call them AirPods because they're not small, they're not Air
Yeah.
or Pods, but they are Max. I mean, AirPods Max. I mean, the first thing that would come to mind if I didn't know about these headphones, I would think about like the regular AirPod, but like a larger one. Or something like that. I don't know.
Yeah.
It doesn't make sense to call them these AirPods. I was expecting them to call them something different. Introduce like a new. Oh well.
Yeah. Well, I think the main reason though they did it is because they wanted to keep consistency with the rest of their wireless headphone bullshit that they have.
Wireless headphones.
Also,
I mean,
by the way,
at least
just-
they're better than Beats.
Just to show how like, sorry, just to show like how dumb it is to buy like real AirPods. I got like maybe like a $20 like pair of like AirPod, like it's like AirPods, but it's like one of those Chinese knockoffs. That thing is probably just as good as like real AirPods. And
Yeah,
it's
those,
like
they
not
sell
even-
those in like every drugstore in
I know.
America.
Like,
They're
literally,
like
I'm not
$20.
even trying.
I bet you they are like
Trying.
probably like very close to real AirPods, but it's probably just Apple tax, their marketing. Because I bet you it doesn't cost more than $50 to make those
It
AirPods.
probably doesn't. I mean, material
doesn't.
costs for
No.
things like this are so
You're
cheap.
wrong. You're wrong.
Especially now, where everybody's like using plastic and speakers and shit like that.
Those fake AirPods are actually trash, but I can show you something that isn't trash.
What are those?
Ooh, yeah.
Those look like every pair of headphones you find in an elementary school dumpster. Like when you find, you see the giant dumpster outside the elementary school. Then you go, oh wow, it's exciting. You're gonna find something. You find a bunch of old Dell Dimensions and like these gross pair of Panasonic headphones. And there's like a whole box of them. Half of them are like snapped in half or missing the ear bits. But then you find one pristine pair. And you take them home and you listen to them and they sound terrible. I mean, that's.
The headphones that have lasted me the longest. Every other pair I have has died in one way or another.
But
And
that
these are
is the
still
pro. They do last forever, and that's why they're in the dumpster.
Yep, so if you're looking for new headphones, buy the Panasonic BG, I forgot the model number. I'll put it in
It
chat
doesn't matter.
in a bit.
Alright.
Yeah.
But
I've had good luck with these. These are like $40 like gaming headphones, RGB or whatever. Okay. Yeah. But I've had these for about 4 years and they still work, although they are showing some problems. First of all, the microphone thing broke, so I just removed it all together. This kind of died a little bit, so I just bodged it, and then like now the speakers are starting, like when the wire's starting to go out. But they lasted 4 years and they were $40, so I don't think
That's
it's
not
terrible,
terrible.
for what they are.
like 40, that's like $10 a year for headphones. That's not terrible. I mean, what I'm using now, I'm using a singular AirPod 2nd gen that I found on the floor of a dive center. If I find crap like that in public, I'll just take it for no reason. Like, even if I'm going to use it for not. I'm surprised it actually works. And it works decently well. It has like a good enough battery to last a stream like this, so that's why I'm using it. The only reason I'm actually using it is because my wired earphones are at home. I left them there. I've used those for like 3 years now, and they're fine. They're just the standard Apple branded 3.5 millimeter
Oh,
jack
yeah, I have some of
earphones. And they work fine, and they have a decent microphone, but unfortunately only works on iPhones and stuff. I've never gotten the mic to work on my Windows laptop.
Cat Felix. There's a kitty.
Thank you very much. This takes the speech person on. It takes the speech feed out.
Well, Luke's getting yelled at.
That's TikTok.
That's
The
mine.
person who voices it is white.
Shut the fuck up, Luke's brother. Oh well, that's annoying. That's my worst fear for my mom, for someone to just barge into my room in the middle of one of these
I know.
to start yelling. I hate when that happens. I feel bad for Luke.
Start doing what? Start yelling.
Yeah. But yeah. Anyway, these
Yeah, that's always
these are
fun.
this is fun. And then I have a wireless charging case that I found at school. It sat for like a week and no one took it, so I just took it for myself, and that works too. And I just want a second
It's probably
AirPod to
some
complete the
stupid-
set, or just a new pair, which would be nicer.
Yeah.
Preferably the Pros.
It's probably some stupid chicks like AirPods that like they probably flex on like a
because
billion
a lot
people.
of chicks at my school just get things like all
I
the
know.
rich girls in my class have like the iPhone 12. I saved up like 2 years for a new phone, and they just got one instantly as soon as
Yeah.
it came out, which is kind
That's
of
stupid.
crazy. Like you see the
Oh no, and then
you see the differences in like the social chain.
yeah, and half the time too, like they'll get like this really fancy car or like phone or some bullshit like that, and then
Oh, my
it's
daddy
the
bought
right
it for me. My
color.
birthday's in July, but it's fucking
Yeah.
December. What do you mean?
I know. Or it's like, oh, it's not the right color. I want you to return it. You didn't give me the right one. Oh my god! Even though it's like a $200,000 vehicle, like it's not the right color.
And then
So buy me a new one.
Yeah, speaking of phones, I somewhat regret buying the Pacific Blue because everyone has the Pacific Blue. No, find any iPhone 12 owner that doesn't have the Pacific Blue. Everyone has it. I thought about getting gold. Maybe I should have gotten the no, not silver. Silver is terrible. Maybe I should have gotten the gold. I really like the gold. The gold was gonna be my second choice, but I decided to go with blue. And maybe I should
Yeah,
have
no,
gotten
the gold is just a little bit too like, I don't know. I'm not really
I
a
like
fan
the
of it.
gold.
I did like the what was it on the 11? Like the yellow color on that one was kind of cool looking, but I don't know.
I like the green. That was cool.
Yeah. I don't know. I don't really care about like upgrading my smartphone. It's not really like if anything, what I'm gonna upgrade before this thing is my actual computer itself, because I use that a lot more than this.
Poor Luke.
Yeah. Anyway, though, like, yeah, the phone doesn't get upgraded really until this thing is unsupported. I'm probably not gonna bother with it because it still plays YouTube, still does Discord, same old thing I always say, but whatever.
Poor Luke. This is sad.
This is very, very sad. We need like some
It's alright,
sad
Luke.
music.
If you need to go, you can go, or you could stay and continue. I feel that's sad. What else?
We need like some sad depression music for Luke.
I've been thinking about spray painting my computer gold.
Please don't.
No, but like the metal band that goes around like the edges of it. I'm thinking about like redoing that gold because it would look cool.
That would not be smart.
Look
It's
cool.
gonna get all sticky, and you're just gonna be using your hands. It's gonna be like all this
If you do
glitter
spray
gold.
paint, I mean, probably not spray paint. But you can actually like buy gold fairly cheaply and have it like
like
how they
coat it.
anodize aluminum in like a liquid.
Oh,
you can
yeah,
sort of
yeah,
do that
yeah,
with
yeah.
gold, and it's a lot better. And it's like real gold, but gold's actually really cheap. Like a small nugget, which is good enough for stuff, is like 30 cents or so. So
Yeah. Okay,
not
I'm
bad.
sorry, but what the hell is going on with Luke?
he's yelling.
Earlier
at
he was
his
just like flinging arms and.
Do you want to get to the next topic then?
Yes, I'm tired of talking about AirPods bras.
Yeah, me too. AirPods are boring. Oh, we're on to
Yeah.
the last topic already. Oh god.
Good lord, we're only 46 minutes in.
Are we on the last topic? Yeah, we
Oh,
are.
no. There's two more. There's Apple device horror stories, and then there's our
Oh,
final
fucking
one.
hell. I forgot to make those banners. How did I forget? We'll just do those next topic. Just put them in the idea bucket.
I know I'm not gonna do that because I'm probably
I'll
gonna
do
like
that
F
later.
up the layout like I did
We'll
earlier.
just say this is the last one. I don't even want to do this stream for that long anyway because I'm tired and I don't like sitting in a bathroom for long periods of time. But what can you do?
Yeah. I guess we can just like watch Luke like have a seizure on camera.
That's unfortunate.
What is he doing? He's making like all these face expressions and like yelling and shit.
Yeah. Anyway, so yeah, I guess the last topic we were going to talk about is soldering stations and recapping
Fun.
equipment. Because as a vintage Mac collector, one of the most valuable skills you can learn is recapping your machines. Because the alternative would be to send it to some guy you don't know online, and then to have them charge you like $200 for like
Didn't even shut the door.
recaps. That's alright.
And possibly take your board, because, you know... Anyway, while Luke is doing that, I'm gonna grab a few things I'm gonna need. So, give me a quick second here.
Good evening, gentlemen.
Oh god, I've been in here for too long. Yeah, so basically we're just talking about soldering equipment now, and how it's important to know how to recap your stuff, and what kinds of stuff you need. And Logan's currently out and about grabbing his stuff, so that's nice. I bet he's unplugging his entire soldering station so he can show it on camera. $10 says it. $10. Watch this. Where is the soldering station? I thought you were gonna like pull out your entire setup just to show people. Oh, is it up there?
No, not yet. Yeah, it's right here.
Oh, neat. Yeah. So anyway, I mean, one of the main reasons we're doing this topic is because, so Aiden, Duke, and Logan, and they're all members of my Discord server, and the AppleTalk Discord server is linked below. Yeah, they all bought the exact same soldering station online, and recently I did too because I need one. Because
Oh,
I
you
don't
bought it?
live in America. Yeah, I bought one, and it's the same model you have,
Nice.
same model Aiden and Duke have, which is convenient, and it seemed like a good set so far. Have you even used yours yet?
Yeah, I've used it a few times, however, I've never actually done like any proper like recapping job on it yet. I've mainly just like removed like chips from old like practice boards and shit like that just to sort of get used to it. And so far it's been pretty reliable for me. I actually did use the traditional soldering iron a few times, like in a few projects, but I've never actually used the hot air gun for anything other than just practicing it. So
On this channel.
And
Yeah, but anyway, it's pretty. Yeah, so I mean, I bought the soldering station. Mine, the specific one that I bought, came with the thing itself and some nozzles for the hot air gun. Unfortunately, and a tip cleaner. But unfortunately, it didn't come with any extra tips or anything else, so I had to buy that all separately. But I did want to go over some of the stuff that I did buy separately, which is pretty important. I bought some Amtech flux, which makes everything easier. I bought some magnet wire, as it's called, which is what Bruce uses for trace repairs. And if you don't know Bruce, he's basically a vintage Mac channel. I mean, he's basically a vintage Mac channel that does mostly recaps and stuff, and he's really good at it. And he has a lot of good tips. If you want to learn how to solder, go check out his channel. I mean, I'm not the one to teach. I have some good skills.
I have definitely recommended his channel in several of my videos. So yeah, very cool dude and a very
Yeah,
good solder.
I also bought regular solder and solder wick and just other stuff you can think of. One important thing you want to have when soldering is like a fan to extract all the fumes, because the fumes are cancerous and they smell like shit, and you don't want to have any of that. So,
They smell like the school bathrooms when some dude is like smoking meth or something in there.
Yeah, it's pretty bad. How do you know that's?
Except like not anywhere similar to that. I don't know. I'm just trying to. Yeah, I'm probably gonna go like FBI open up in the middle. Of
I know Luke has a hot air station and a soldering station, but I'm pretty sure they're separate because we bought the all-in-one systems, and they come in really crazy forms. Like I know there's a 3-in-1 station which has a hot air station, a soldering station, and a benchtop power supply, which does up to like 15 volts. So it's kind of useless, but it's neat. And I thought about getting that one, but I eventually just decided to go with the same one you got. But,
but what I find weird is that like why don't they put like one of the solder sucker gun things on there? That's like something that would actually make sense to put on a soldering station. Like, sure, benchtop power supply is cool, but why don't you like throw one of those in there? Because that's
I
something
don't
that
know. I mean, it can be separate, and you don't really. They're not electric, are they? I've never tried one. I haven't even heard of it.
I've never tried one either, but they basically like they're.
I thought
like,
you had a
electric
solder
and-
sucker. That's a lie.
No. I have. Okay, well, I'm talking about something else. Like in this box here. This also has like
the fancy solder sucker, because you.
This also has like all the tips and shit, because mine actually did come.
Oh, you're talking about the fancy solder sucker, because you just have one of those spring-loaded ones. Yeah.
Yeah, this is like a traditional generic solder sucker. You spring load it with this little spring, and then you fire, and it.
Yeah, I heard they aren't that good, but I heard they are alright. Yeah.
These do tend to like clog up and fail from time to time, but the ones I'm talking about are like the guns that have like
fancy
actual
ones
heated
that have
tip.
like the heated tip and the electronics.
I've got one
and
of
stuff.
those.
Yeah, those are pretty nice. Oh, something's clogged up in here.
Oops.
Yeah,
Luke,
there's
what kind of
solder
soldering
shit.
equipment do you have? Because I know you have some stuff. Oh, his headphones are off. Me. Alright.
Luke, you have a small penis. Oh shit, his headphones are on.
Oh, he heard that.
Oh, he heard it. He heard it. Damn it.
Oh, damn.
Guess I.
Yeah, not too much else to say. I mean, do we have much to say about this topic either?
I don't know. What solder sucker or station do you have? Oh, I guess we could talk a bit of I don't know. I brought this out because I figured we were gonna talk about like actually recapping, but really all this is the Mac LLC board I just recapped that I just posted the video on if you haven't seen it yet. But yeah.
Wait, let me see them up
This
close.
works.
I want to see how good of a job you did. Ew, what was that? Ew, that's a. Oh no, wait, that's just the light. And that's not terrible. I mean, mine's a bit worse because it was my first. It was my first Surface Mount recap, and surprisingly, it was all right.
I was gonna say it turned out it went better than the classic did for sure, which unfortunately doesn't work. This though worked first try. I powered it on after recapping, and it worked beautifully first try. I didn't have to do any other work on it.
Yep, Duke,
Except
the
for taking
famous
out the hard
soldering
drive.
station, the same one you have. Everyone has this one now. The one that I used to have, it was the same thing functionally, but it looked less advanced. Like it just had 3 knobs and power button and stuff, and it was the same thing. You could look at my other streams, but it looks similar, but it's not the same. So
Yeah, it had the same general case design.
Yeah. Well, similar. It's blue and it has a gun and a iron. So yeah.
Yeah.
I guess the kind of. Do you want to say anything, Luke? Or
Well, I have a Grandma Shark soldering station. I haven't really done a proper Mac recap yet. But I've only ever recapped or soldered on PC stuff.
yeah,
I haven't done
it's
any.
neat.
Oh, and a PlayStation. I did a PlayStation with it as well.
Oh, you had to
Same.
recap PlayStations?
Yes, it was a PS3 with the bad capacitor play causing the yellow light of death thing.
Oh,
Yeah,
lovely.
I
That
do
didn't
know that
die
I do
yet.
know that if anybody has an original Xbox, those do need to be recapped. I
Oh,
actually did
I
recap.
had an original Xbox, but I sold
Oh, you
it.
did?
I sold it as untested. I knew it had a flashing yellow light, which was bad. So, and if you list it as a flashing yellow light, no one's gonna buy it. But if you list it as untested, there's a small chance that it works, but also a chance that it doesn't work. But if you're ever selling
Usually
something
the
broken,
flashing light
sell it as
is not
untested,
like
as not powered on, and you'll have a higher chance of selling. That's just a evil little tip there, but do it, it works. So, yeah.
It means
I mean, I
nothing
guess
to
at least when you're
flashlight.
selling it as untested, people go in with the notion that it's probably not going to work, or usually do. Oh, most
When
of the
I
time
buy
it does,
untested, I always assume that it doesn't work. Like, I
Yeah.
assume the
And
worst
we're not
possible
even covering
situation.
hardware failure.
Yeah. But when I'm selling it, if it's broken, I'll put it as untested. If it's working, I'll put it as working. So, yeah. And normally, if it is working, I'll make it as good as good as possible. What I thought about doing with the Xbox was like putting something else inside the case because it's a cool looking case. I know Linus Tech Tips, they put a PC in an Xbox case. I know Linus Tech Tips, but I don't know, it was kind of neat.
Yeah, I recapped my Xbox, my original Xbox, or I didn't have all the caps for it, and I didn't want to do like the whole thing, so I just did like all the caps that were in that general area of the board that was leaking. But I'm not gonna spoil too much of that because I have an episode coming on that in the future sometime once I actually get around to editing it. But
my LC, I recapped the power supply in my LC, but I only did like a few caps because originally it didn't work. So then I looked online. Apparently, there's only a select few that fail. So I just did that select few and it magically worked, which was nice. But yeah, that's all I really had to do to get that working. But then the sound still never worked even after the board recap, which is annoying. But oh well.
There is a slight possibility that it does have a...
Yeah, the power supply in my LC won't come out right now, but
it's solid yellow and not yellow and green.
Yeah.
Yeah, if you watch the video, I think it's on the homepage of this channel, but you can see sort of what that LC power supply in that video. You can see sort of
It's
what it
got
looks
the
like
big scary cap that no one likes going in here. All you gotta do is short it out and it'll just it'll discharge itself. So yeah, that's a good tip I learned. You just basically just touch the two pins together with like, I don't know, a paper clip or something, and you'll short it out, it'll make like a spark. And that's how you discharge a cap with an easy way. And Logan died, so that's nice. But yeah. There isn't too much else to say. Oh no, I'm all alone. Wait, did the internet die? No.
No, I just, one second.
Okay. Well, I guess I'm all alone. I'm all alone.
Okay, I'm back.
All alone. All the tears in
Are you
my
having a
face.
star?
What? Yes, I am.
Okay, anyway,
People call me special, but I'm not.
So, I think that's all about,
Yep. I mean, there isn't really too much to cover.
Tapping, right?
All you really need is just a good soldering station. Normally, like $75 to $100 will get you a good one. Make sure to get all the equipment. You'll need flux, you'll need solder wick, you'll need solder, maybe extra tips depending on what you're doing. I only bought extra tips because I like having multiple different types, not because they sort of degrade quickly. You do want something to clean the tips. Normally, a paper towel will be all right if you're fine with like sort of burning it, and you'll have to use more. But I suggest getting like a good tip cleaner as well. Some soldering stations come with those, others don't. But hey, it's always good to have. But otherwise, that's all there is for soldering. So yeah. I think we'll move on to the self-promos now. We're kind of done for tonight. I mean, this episode was kind of short, but then we were also kind of short a member. And we were going to do another topic, but I guess we'll just save it for next week. So that's fine. 1 millimeter sponge. Oh my god, you want me to rant about this stupid sponge that my last set came with? It came with this dumb, stupid, dry, like 1 millimeter sponge. It's like this thick. And all it really did was just burn itself. Like you rub the iron on it, it just leaves these scar marks, charred marks, and it doesn't even clean it that well. And it's so dumb. And then it produces like this terrible smell. Ugh, God, that thing was stupid. But hey, at least the iron at least the station I just got has a real one.
You're supposed to wet the sponges. You're supposed to physically put water on the sponges and make them wet.
Oh my god, you idiot. Did you not put water on it?
No, because the last thing I think of is
water on it.
No, I didn't put water on it.
You didn't put water on the sponge.
No one said to put water on it, okay? I did it for like
Dude,
I did it for like a solid year. No one commented on it.
Literally, I swear they taught you in
That's how it's
electronics
supposed to
class.
work. Good, that's like just soldering basics, man.
No, it isn't.
Always
You didn't even know
water
until
on
just
it.
It's
now.
always wet the sponge.
Luke, come on.
No wonder it burnt.
I've been talking about the sponge all week, and you just now decide, let's humiliate him on stream right now. Yeah, that's.
Oh
my
I'm not even mad,
You never
honestly.
once mentioned the
We need to
sponge.
all put an F in the chat for Charlie and his. Well, for Charlie's
Fucking
sponge.
sponge.
Charlie doesn't deserve the F because he doesn't use his. F for Charlie's brain. That's what it is. F in the chat for Charlie's brain and sponge. Oh my god.
That's
He
very
didn't put
epic.
water on it.
Very nice.
I would
Alright,
have
well,
thought
so from the time, not too much to say other than I still upload and stream every week. I won't be going on any breaks anytime soon. Luckily, school's gonna be online for the week after this. So this week I still have off, so I have time to make videos and stuff. And then the week after that, I'm at home because of online school. But online school at home gives me more time to do videos in the background, which is nice. But yeah,
Mm-hmm.
so that's nice. So expect some more uploads from me soon. I have second part of the iBooks video I have to start doing. I haven't even started it yet. I haven't started filming or anything. And then I'm also going to do some streams maybe. And yeah, that's all I really have to say. How about you, Logan?
Yep, I'm trying to get back to more regularly scheduled uploads. School definitely hit hard as far as like getting videos out on the channel, but
Awesome.
I did get 2 videos out over so far the past few weeks. I got the Beginner's Guide to Collecting Vintage Max video, which if you haven't seen it, you should check out. It's apparently, according to everybody who's
Links
watched
are
it,
below,
really
I
good.
think. I forgot,
Yeah, I think-
are they? I think
Maybe,
they
I don't know. Yeah, and also I just posted a video a few days ago. Actually, it was on December 31st, so last day of 2020, on recapping my Macintosh LC, which you can see here is all done. And in that video, I recapped both the power supply and got it working. And I wanted to mess around with a few games and stuff, but unfortunately, that's going to be postponed for a future video. Anyway, what's upcoming? I got most of the like major videos I had planned done, but I do have plans to do a video on recapping my Xbox, and I also have plans of doing a follow-up video to the Mac LC, in which I actually go into like stuff about like the history and like how it works and stuff. So that's sort of what's being planned. And then also I do plan on doing another video on the PowerPC challenge. So yeah, a lot of stuff upcoming, and hopefully I'll be able to get all that stuff out soon. And hopefully 2021 will be better as far as getting actual videos out. So yeah, how about you, Luke? Ow! God damn it, cat.
Well, I had some requests. I had some requests to
Do you have
some
to, like,
stuff.
claw me in
I
the-
plan to do a build guide.
At least your cats love you.
Anyway,
Yes, I
sorry.
plan to do a PC building guide. And also
Why are you eating my
do
finger?
some guides to repairing issues in games consoles such as PlayStation 1, the GameCube, fixing issues with the N64,
Your breath smells like fish.
It's a
common
big cat.
problems that normal people
Yes, big
suffer,
cat.
and not the really extreme stuff, like stuck discs, that kind of stuff.
Sounds
Not really
interesting.
the ring of death to repair stuff.
I've always wondered how to fix the red ring of death.
Let's
It's always just seemed like it's always been like that one issue that like, it's so elusive. How does that work?
Yeah.
How do you know?
So can't we see those?
I'm talking about the cat's breath. The cat's breath smells like fish. Stop
Yeah,
eating or
that's-
stop clawing my
Sure
brain.
you
Yeah,
fast
that's
it.
everything. That's the Moonshine Gaming PC.
Very nice, Luke.
The games console tips and tricks.
Tips and
Like-
tricks.
I also do have a plan
Floppy.
for
Floppy disk
a new
booster.
video might come out
Fun for the whole
tomorrow.
family.
And I do have another video planned which of what I might be. It's a special kind of youth, but the viewers don't know yet. So yes, that'll be coming out hopefully tomorrow.
Very nice.
Mystery gadget.
Alright, so I guess that'll do it for tonight's episode of Apple Talk, and my back really hurts from sitting against a concrete fucking wall on like this dumb towel. I'm sick of this. I'm gonna stand up for the rest of this, but Yeah, I hope you all enjoyed another episode of Apple Talk. We put out quality streams every week at
which is why
9
Luke's
p.m.
mic sounds like
GMT.
which is why Luke's mic sounds like it's in a blender and Charlie's mic sounds like it's underwater.
Because I'm in a bathroom. To an echo. I assure you, next week will be much more quality. But we do this every week, same time, same place. Well, hopefully not same place for the meeting. It sucks.
Yeah.
Anyway, yeah. So that'll do it for this week of Apple Talk. I want to thank everyone so much for watching and coming out. Thanks for the support.
And also thanks to our
Snowpins.
special guest for tonight, my cat, who is currently clawing me in the leg.
Your cat is clawing you in the testicles. Very nice.
Probably. I mean, it's
I
not.
don't
It's not
have
the
a
first
cat,
time.
So,
My cat likes to claw me here, and it's really painful. So yeah,
dog.
very
You
nice.
deal with that.
Alright, well that'll do it everyone. Thanks so much for watching, and we'll see you all next week. Goodbye.
Bye.